On behalf of the Student Council, Administration, faculty, and staff, we would like to welcome you to our annual Black History Month program. Today, we will recognize some important African Americans in history. These men and women have contributed something special to our country. Thank you, and please enjoy the program.
Everyone, please bow your heads and close your eyes for the opening prayer. Dear Lord, we pause now to remember those who have came before us, the generations that have passed away but their legacy still remembered, those who have changed the world forever, those who have shared with us stories that are all around us but so often passed over and today remembered. May the day come when these stories are so widely taught that no month need be separately divided. I pray that the following generations rise as powerhouses like never before, spreading their stories to all who they meet. Amen.
Amen.
Each year, beginning on February 1st, an entire month of events are planned nationwide honoring the history and contributions of African Americans. The theme for Black History Month in 2018 is African Americans in Times of War, honoring those brave men and women who served their countries in the armed forces, especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice while defending the American ideals of freedom and democracy. During World War II, for example, more than 2.5 million Black men registered for the draft and 1 million served as draftees or volunteers in every branch of the armed forces. A decade before the first glimmers of the American Civil Rights Movement, most Black men were assigned to segregated combat groups. Even so, more than 12,000 Black men who served in the segregated 92nd Division received citations or were decorated for extraordinary heroism on the battlefield. Perhaps more famously, the Tuskegee Airmen also became legendary for their heroic feats, and in total received a Distinguished Unit Citation, several Silver Stars, and 150 Distinguished Flying Crosses, and 14 Bronze Stars, and 744 Air Medals. At war's end, recognition of the African American contribution to the war effort would eventually lay the groundwork for the civil rights protests of the 1950s and the 1960s. Now, the chorus will perform What Can One Little Person Do?
What can one little person do? What can one little me or you do? What can one little person do to help this world go round? One can help another one, and together we can get the job done. What can one little person do to help this world? Harriet Tubman was alone on that darkened road to freedom, but she couldn't leave her people far behind. Moses stretched out her hand, and she led to the freedom land, for she knew that she had justice on her side. What can one little person do? What can one little me or you do? What can one little person do to help this world go around? One can help another one, and together we can get the job done. What can one little person do to help this world? When Sojourner Truth is free, she got down on her knees, and she prayed to God to help her on her way.
Mr. DJ Batiste was born in Lacombe, Louisiana. From an early age, he demanded the attention of those around him. He graduated from high school in Mississippi, where he formed a lasting relationship with a teacher during his senior year at the high school. Her name is Donna Porter, which Mr. Batiste nominated Mrs. Porter for a special award, which she received for her close work with him. Because of Mrs. Porter's dedication as a teacher and her influence, Mr. Batiste now travels through the United States, sharing his story through his work with conscious discipline. Please welcome our honored guest, Mr. DJ Batiste.
I can't stand at that podium. One second. All right, here we go. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. I'm gonna try to get you. Watch this. When I clap, you boom like this. Boom. Say boom. Boom. All right, you gotta say we got it. You gotta say we got it. All right, watch this. When I boom, you clap like this. Boom. If that's easy, say that's easy. If that's easy, say that's easy. All right, let's see. Boom. Boom. If you ready, say we ready. Here we go. I promise you we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun today. We're here for one reason to celebrate Black History. I want to start off this morning by a story. There was this young lady. She wanted to be famous. So she went to these people, and when she got there, they told her, we don't believe you can be famous because your name is so old. We feel like you need to change your name. And she said, I don't think I should have to change my name to be famous. And they told her, well, if you don't change your name, we're not going to work with you. She dropped her head. She continued to move forward. When she got to another spot in life, they told her, we feel like you should lose weight. We feel like you can't be famous if you don't lose weight. She said, I don't feel like I should have to lose weight to be famous. I don't feel like I should have to lose weight to make a difference. They said, well, I'm telling you now, man, if you don't lose weight, we can't work with you. She continued to move forward. When she got to this last spot, they told her, we feel like you should only talk to a certain group of people. You shouldn't try to go out and speak to everybody across the world. She said, I don't feel like I should have to speak to one group. I feel like I should be able to talk to everybody. And the only reason that this young lady that I'm talking about is now known as one of the most powerful black women in the world is because she continued to move forward. Her name is Oprah Winfrey. A lot of people don't know that was Oprah's story. She had faced so many mountains before she became the Oprah we know. This is why I enjoy that story. You may never reach what's in store for you if you get to a mountain and turn around. This is what's so powerful. If you get to a mountain and turn around, you may never reach what's in store for you. Say these words: dedication. Determination. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. 1 time. All right, here we go. Living by myself. My name is DJ Batiste. When I was born, my mother was 14, my dad was 15. They was young, couldn't make too many decisions. My grandmother raised me. My first time being expelled from school, I was 4 years old. Preschool. I felt like I knew more than what my teachers knew. That's not true. Please understand that we need our teachers don't need us. When I was your age, I needed somebody to come do exactly what I'm going to do with you today, and that's come keep it real. That's it. Now, one time when you ever hear me tell you these words, you better not. When people told me those things, that's what I did. Exactly what they told me not to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come share my story, and hopefully you're able to use my story and put it within your everyday life. Back home, we had a creek. We used to swim in that creek all the time. We had a tire swing. We'd swing off the tire, land in the water. Yeah. So after school, we swam in this creek. And I had a partner named Mel. Mel come down to the creek. I said, Mel, get in the water, Mel. Mel said, nah, I ain't gonna get in the water. I'm like, why not? Mel said, my grandma told me not to get in the water. I said, your grandma not even here, Mel. Why would you listen to your grandma when she not here? Guess what Mel did? Mel dropped his head, Mel went home. When he got home, he told his grandma, Grandma, why I'm the only one can't have fun? I walked by the creek, DJ them in there swimming. I'm the only one can't swim. Mel grandma told him, Mel, I'm your grandma. I'm not DJ grandma. I'm telling you, whatever you do, don't get in that water. Next day come, y'all know where I'm at. I'm in the creek. This is what I do all day, every day. If you can hear my voice clap 2 times, Mel come down. I say, Mel! Mel! Come here, boy! Mel come down. He like, what's up? I say, Mel, bro, do you not see us in this water, bro? We get turned. Come get in. Come get in, bro. That's what Mel said. My grandma told me not to get in that water. I laughed at him again. I called him all type of names. I called him weak. I called him scary. Any name you could think of, I called it to him. Guess what Mel did? Mel dropped his head, went home. Once again, had a conversation with his grandma. His grandma told him, Mel, whatever you do, don't get in that water. I decided this time I'm not going to call Mel. My partner called Mel, Rashad called Mel. He saw him. He said, he go, Mel. I said, bro, I'm not worried about Mel, bro. Mel's scary, bro. Mel weak. He worried about his grandma. His grandma not even here. Guess what? Mel come down. This time, Mel take off his shirt. I said, look at Big Mel. Get in, Mel. Guess what? Mel get in. I threw the ball to Rashad. Rashad threw the ball to Mel. Mel threw the ball to me. I threw the ball to Rashad. Rashad threw the ball to Mel. Mel threw the ball to me. Guess what? Repeat after me. One time. One time.
One time.
One time.
One time.
One time.
One time.
Mel got in the water one time. And the one time Mel got in that water, he was bitten by an alligator. This is something I never forget. Hearing his scream. Yeah. See, sometimes we can be so concerned about what everybody else is doing, but yet we don't wind up as lucky. I can't tell you why I had swum in that same creek for as long as I've known. And the one time Mel get in, that happened to me. But yet I call Mel all type of names. But yet I call Mel, I call him weak. I call him scared. But guess what? I still have both of my legs. Mel have a prosthetic leg. If you knock on Mel's leg, it sounds like this. I share that story around the world for one reason only. If you know something not right, don't do it. It does not matter what anybody calls you. Mel was lucky he only lost a leg. You might not be so lucky. If you get my voice, clap 2 times, clap 2 times, one time, I ran into Mel. Me being who I am, Mel couldn't believe I was still alive. The type of life I was living, he couldn't believe I was still alive. He asked me, DJ, what you do now? I said, bro, I travel around the world, bro. I travel around the world sharing my story. You know how I was. He said, do you mind telling them about me? I said, Mel, what's wrong with me to tell them? And Mel told me these words right here. And I'm going to share with you right now. He said, tell them not to mess up the rest of their lives for temporary people. I had to think about it. Mel was talking about me. Mel was trying to prove a point to me. And yet I still got both of my legs. Once again, keep in mind, Mel was lucky. You might not be that lucky. You might not be that late. His grandma told him multiple times don't get in that water, but yet he was worried about what DJ was doing. Once again, please don't worry about what anybody else got going on. Because that same person we try to prove things to, they gonna go on with their life, and now you stuck. Male is forever stuck for trying to prove something to a person one time. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. All right, here we go. Watch this. Now I think I can get out with this. All right. Y'all remember the game, right? Here we go. When I boom, you clap like this. Boom. 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 If you got it, say we got it.
We got it.
All right? If it's easy, say it's easy.
It's easy.
All right. As time went on, I continued to get in trouble at school. School was intimidating me. The first thing everybody wanted to say was, let me see your report card. Right now, from 6th grade to 8th grade, I am not concerned about what's on your report card. This is what I want to share with you. I don't want to know if you're smart. I need you to find out how you're smart. Not if. Everybody in this room is smart. I need to know how. When I was your age, I could have never pictured I would be able to travel around the world sharing my story. Just because you don't know your purpose now, don't mean you don't have one. If I would have went to a fortune teller and told her, read my palm, and she began to read my palm, and she said, whoa, do you know how great you are? Do you know you would be able to travel around the world? People would send for you far and wide. You would touch millions and millions of students. I would have snatched my head back and said, man, give me my money back and stop playing. You know why? I couldn't picture it. There's a lot of famous people in this room right now. The only person that can stop you is you. Did nobody come tell me that like that? It was always beat around the bush. One thing about me, I am not going to beat around the bush with you. I'm going to tell you what it is. And I need you to take that and use that in your everyday life. There was a basketball player, he was short. He used to go to the court, he'd be like, I got down. They used to take his ball and throw it over the fence and say, no, you don't. He'll go get his ball, he'll wait till everybody come finish playing basketball, he'll give him a couple layups in. They didn't want to play with him. He felt like he was too small. He was too short. He went to middle school. Hey, coach, can I get in, coach? Can I get in? Coach told him, sit down. High school come, coach give him an opportunity. He balled. I'm talking about he balled, he show up. He put his high school on the map. He's thinking to himself, oh, I know I'm gonna get this big scholarship. I know I'm gonna go to a big school like Duke, North Carolina, Syracuse. Guess what? A little bitty school contacted me. He went to that little bitty school, he put that little bitty school on the map, took him all the way to the NCAA tournament. Now he's like, oh no, I'm going to the NBA. They called him. He get a chance to go. His first season in the NBA, he get hurt. Guess what they say? I told y'all he was too weak. I told y'all he was too short. I told y'all he wasn't gonna make it. Repeat after me. Dedication. Determination. That same little boy that they used to throw his ball over the fence. That same little boy that wanted to go to a big school, but he had to go to a little school. That same little boy that the world had given up on. The only reason we know his name is because he remained dedicated and determined. His name is Steph Curry. Yeah. We create that buzz every time. If you know anything about Steph Curry, he wanted to go to Duke to play with Coach K. He had to go to a little bitty school called Davidson. He put Davidson on the map. Once again, this was a mountain where he could have turned around. He wanted to go to another school, but that school didn't offer him anything. When he got that letter from Davidson, he could have said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to play basketball no more. Instead, when he made it to that mountain, he kept climbing. My message to you is, you may never reach your full potential if you do not remain dedicated and determined. In life, there will be mountains. The only people we remember are those who climb those mountains. There is no need for you to tell me, big bro, I can climb a mountain. No. Tell yourself. I need you to believe in yourself like I believe in you. Please understand that you will have mountains. And the only way we will remember you is when you get to those, keep climbing. Repeat after me. I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Keep climbing.
Keep climbing.
Keep climbing.
Keep climbing.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will.
Be dedicated.
Be dedicated.
I will.
I will.
Be determined.
Be determined.
If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. 3 times. Ooh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is why we here. This is why we here. Please understand that nobody came and told me. Nobody came and told me that I was smart. I've never heard those words before. I never heard those words before. I never received an award in school. Not one time did my name ever get called. I see some of y'all raise your hand right now because that show me that you feel the same way I feel. Guess what? Big bro, telling you right now, it does not matter what happened then. Make sure you keep pushing and keep climbing. By me not getting an award, I could have said, you know what? I don't want to go traveling around the world speaking to no kids. I'm tired of school. I never got an award in school. Why would I want to go back into the school? Guess what? I felt like the only reason those bullets missed my brain, the only reason those bullets missed my chest is to be right here, right now, at Folsom Junior High. There is no doubt in my mind. Once again, it's a lot of famous people in here right now. You sit next to them. You sitting right next to them. The only person that can stop you is you. I believe in you, but I need you to believe in you like I do. At the end of the day, your mama can't take that test for you. Your daddy can't take that test for you. They can get on you and tell you to study for it, but when it comes down to it, it's you. Make sure you're doing everything you can to set yourself up for success. Everything you can right now, especially to my 8th grade. 8th grade. Repeat after me. I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
8th grade.
8th grade.
Then we go right here. My message to y'all is make sure you're doing everything you can on this next step. You only got 3 more months. 3 more months and then you're a 9th grader. Make sure you prepare for that next level. Make sure you get yourself already ready to be a 9th grader. Your mind frame should no longer think as an 8th grader. You should already have your mind ready to be a 9th grader. If you feel me, say, big bro.
Big bro.
I feel it.
I feel it.
7th grade. Say, I am.
I am.
7th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade. I just want y'all to know y'all a big dog on campus. Now, big dog say, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo. All right? Hey, listen. 7th grade, you the big dog on campus. Now, you should no longer think as a 7th grader. Your mind frame should already be 8th grade. You should no longer think as a 7th grader. You the big dog on campus now. You got these 6th graders that's in here right now watching everything you do. Ask yourself, am I leading in a positive way or a negative way? And if the answer is negative, change it. 6th grade, I mean you say, I am.
I am.
6th grade.
6th grade.
I am.
I am.
6th grade.
6th grade.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. 6th grade. You should no longer think as a 6th grader. You should no longer think as a 6th grader. Your mind should already be different. Your mind should already be focusing on 7th grade. 7th grade. Because next year, you're going to have people sitting like where you're sitting. That's going to be 6th grade. And you're going to be in 7th grade. And you're going to have 6th graders looking up to you, wanting to do everything you doing. If you feel me, say, big bro. Big bro. I feel. I feel. If you can hear my voice, clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. 1 time. Hey, I came here for y'all. I came here for y'all. I feel like I owe you this. Once again, there is no way I survived what I went through without knowing this is the purpose that I have. To be right here in front of you. I found my purpose, not find yours. You have it. Make sure you find it. If you got me, say, big bro. Big bro. Big bro. Big bro. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch this. Especially 8th grade. Be ready for this. I need y'all to be ready for this right now. 8th grade. Next year, you will no longer be the big dog. You will be in 9th grade. See, this one thing, this me keeping it real with you. This me keeping it real. This just real talk. This why I'm booked for 3 years from now. Because this is what I do. Keep it real. I wish somebody kept it real with me. 8th grade, be ready for this. 9th grade, you're going to get over there, you're going to be no longer the big dog. You will have 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade. But that's not where I need your mind to be. And this is where I need your mind at. 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. You now have 4 more years. Everybody at these tables who in 8th grade should already have the mind frame of, I have 4 more years until I graduate. College is not for everybody. That's me keeping it real with you. College is not for everybody. If it's for you, then you make sure you go and you do your thing. One thing that is for everybody is graduation. There is no reason anybody in this room should miss graduation. Already have that in your mind right now. My goal is to graduate high school. That means you have 4 more years left. 8th grade, say 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. 4 more. That's it. That's it. You was just in kindergarten. You just had 2 hands and 2 fingers of grades. Now you just got 4 fingers of grades left. That's it. If you feel me, say, big bro. Big bro. I feel. I feel. Hey, I need y'all ready. I need y'all ready. Because one thing about life, it waits on no man. It will leave you behind. Raise your hand if you ever saw somebody sleep under a bridge. Raise your hand if you know it's homeless people in the world. All right, great teacher point right here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. When they was in 8th grade, I'm gonna let y'all guess. When they was in 8th grade, guess what those people were who sleep under that bridge right now? Somebody give me a guess. Huh? Out of school? No, sir. What else was that? Guess what? School. And guess what they said when somebody said something about sleeping under a bridge? I could never sleep under a bridge. I could never sleep under a bridge. Guess what? Please don't think you have done enough right now to keep yourself from that bridge. This is the path. This is the journey. Every morning you wake up for school, you are not doing that for your mom. Every morning you wake up for school, you are not doing that for your dad. You're doing that because one day you will be grown, and this is how you set yourself up for success. Education is the one thing nobody can take from us. If you don't pay your light bill, watch you need candles. If you don't pay your car note, watch you be walking. Once you get those credentials behind your name, you have now became dangerous. I'm a living witness. This is the same young man that they try to push out of school. Now my phone rings 24/7 trying to get me into school. Once I got those credentials behind my name, I became dangerous. Make sure you're working towards your goal now. Gregory, you want to be in NFL or MLB or NBA or some type of sport. All right. Did you hear my voice? Clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. Guess what? This is where you hurt hard. This is why I hurt hard right here now. You ready? All right, here we go. Think of a pizza. Think of a pepperoni pizza. It got 10 slices. And on each slice, it got 10 pepperonis. Ooh, y'all like pepperoni pizza? I think that's for lunch today. All right, here we go. This is why I be real at. If you got a whole pizza, 10 slices, on each slice, 10 pepperoni, the only ones who make it to the NFL, MLB, NBA, or whatever you want to do is 2 pepperonis off that whole pizza. Please understand that you have a better chance of not making it to C35 than making it to the NBA, than making it to the NFL. Once again, this is when they say, hold on, big bro, hold on, you get too deep on them. No, that's real life. I need you to already be thinking of a backup plan, just in case. Do I believe you can make it? Yes. But I'm also a realist. If you don't make it, then what? Don't let your story be that young man who's so talented, had NFL talent, had MLB talent, had NBA talent, but yet you stuck in the hood. I know a lot of them. Don't let that be your story. Make sure you do everything you can right now to make it to the next level. If you hear my voice, clap 2 times. Clap 2 times. 1 time. Hey, this is my favorite right here. This is my favorite. This is the future. Right here in front of me is the future. That's why I told you, it's a lot of famous people in this room right now, and you don't even know it. But make sure you're doing everything you can every day to push towards your goal. Every single day. If you got me, say, big bro. Big bro. Big bro. Big bro. I got you. All right, one last thing. Hey, make sure we being helpful and not hurtful. I just got back from California, and a young lady was in California, and she was being bullied. And I just want to touch on this real quick because, like I said, I just left California, and it's just on my mind. Make sure we're doing everything in our power to be helpful and not hurtful. Because words hurt people. Words hurt people. Right now, everybody in this room should be one. We all should have the same goal. We should not be kicking somebody out of our group. We should not be telling somebody you can't play with us. We should not be. That hurt. That hurt. Just know, no need to tell me. Once again, the most important person you can be real with is you. Make sure you make a promise to yourself that I will be helpful and not hurtful. Because words hurt people. And I had a chance to see a lot of things. I had a chance to see a lot of hurt. I had a chance to see people crying. Simply about, after I conversed with them, they pulled me to the side and told me, big bro, this is what's going on, big bro. I don't even know if I want to stay in school, big bro. Now, they have ruined the rest of their life for temporary people. These people you looking at right next to you, you won't even know these people in 6 years. That's me keeping it real with you. You want to know these people in 7 years. Do not lose the rest of your life for temporary people. If you got me, say, big bro.
Big bro.
Big bro.
Big bro.
I got you.
I got you.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Will the student council please come up to the stage? Because February is the month we recognize the fantastic African Americans that sacrificed their lives for our country, Student Council wanted to honor them by sponsoring Fantastic in February to recognize students of Folsom Junior High that have displayed kindness to fellow students. The Student Council members were given coupons to give to students that they thought were making a difference in someone's life. This is so impactful because students are recognizing their peers for showing positive behaviors. As president of Student Council, I would like to personally congratulate all of you who received a coupon. Today, we have placed the names of those students in a drawing to receive candy bags for being fantastic in February. We will draw 3 names. Mr. Batiste, will you please draw the names for me?
Y'all gonna put that pressure on me?
Sanaya Thompson. We're gonna wait till we get up here.
All right. You must not want your gifts tonight.
Okay. Donnie Sumling.
That what I'm talking about, Donnie? That what I'm talking about, Donnie? Come let us know you want that, boy.
Tony Walker.
I mean, that's it? All right.
Thank you.
All right.
That'll conclude our Black History Month program of 2018. Now I'm going to pass the mic over to Ms. Garrett for the closing remarks.
Did you can hear me clap 2 times? No, I can't be cool like Miss Batiste. But I do want to say to him, thank you so very much. We had an absolutely wonderful Black History program. Let's give him one more great big round of applause. I want to say to you all students, he did give you some wonderful, wonderful advice. So I want you to make sure that you take it and remember the things that he said to you. Thank you, Ms. Perkins and Student Council for the great job for organizing and doing our program. Thank you, chorus students, for the wonderful song. Thank you, students, for being a great audience. We had a great time, and we do have Mr. Batiste with us for the rest of the day. So you'll be able to come in the library in small group and talk to him and hear more and ask questions, and we'll really get to know him before he leaves today. Thanks for being a great audience, parents and other guests. Thanks for being here today.